What's up, Aries? Welcome to your February 8th to 14th reading. We're heading into Valentine's Day weekend. I was thinking about making all the love readings this week, but I decided against it only because, not everyone's going to have a fucking awesome Valentine's Day. So anyways, if you want a love reading, I've got one available for February, and the link for that is in the description of this video. But let's just see. Hey, if love comes up this week, though, I'll talk about it. Oh, that was aggressive. Let's see what's going on. Oh God, okay. Well, about that whole love thing. Well, it is coming up. Maybe not in the way that you really want, but it is coming up, so let's talk about it. First of all, I don't know, okay, so let's start here before I get ahead of myself. So your flyer card was the Judgment card, and then the first two cards I pulled was the Strength card crossed with the Knight of Cups, and the Strength card was reversed. So what I am feeling here is, if you're in a relationship, like a fairly new relationship, it could even be a long-term relationship. If you're happy, married, and whatever, just fucking ignore this, okay? Because this message is not for you. But the fact that the Strength card is coming up reversed and the Knight of Cups, it's almost as if the Knight of Cups brings a message of love. So, but it's coming up as like an obstacle. So it's almost as if, it's almost as if you need to have the strength to say no, or you need to have the strength to walk away from a relationship. It's interesting that the Judgment card's coming up as well, and the Judgment card is just that. It's the Judgment. It's karma. It's like everything gets laid out on the table, and you can't run away from it anymore. So if anything, I do feel like it's just come to the point where something has to happen within your relationship. So this could be someone you dated for 2 weeks. It could be someone you dated for years. I just feel like that message of love coming to you just isn't genuine, and you have to have the strength to say no. Not only that, but let's talk about some of the surrounding cards. We have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is coming up at the base of this reading, and he is not to be trusted. Look at him. He's stealing a bunch of swords, and he's looking behind him like, oh, is somebody gonna catch me? And then we've got the Page of Swords too, which, the Page of Swords, with any of my cards in this deck, all the meanings evolve for me, and typically he can really mean like being a bit of a shit disturber. What is that sound? But I'm feeling like the word autonomy is coming up. It's like the Page of Swords is innovative. He's a thinker, and sometimes it gets him into trouble. But I feel like all of a sudden you're starting to think like, wait a minute, this doesn't feel right. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. And then we've got the Ace of Swords here as well, which has to do with a spiritual journey. And like, I always think too, with that big sword, it's like cutting through the bullshit. And I feel like that's what has to happen. So if this doesn't make sense to you when it comes to relationships, this can have to do with a friendship, a family member, any kind of relationship. Honestly, it could even have to do with your boss or a coworker or something. but there's definitely, there's a feeling of like you just need to step up and confront this and deal with this, because you're not being treated fairly. So, and then we got the Three of Swords, which, you know, it's not the happiest card, but it's almost more of a warning. Like, you'll feel better once you get through this, like once you kind of pull the plug or do something about this. But if you continue on the same path and continue in this relationship, friendship, whatever it is, or let things be the way that they are, you won't feel good. You'll feel like this. So, okay. Let me pull more cards. Let me pull more cards before I comment. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's like, I almost feel like this is the stage right before the Tower moment. So it's almost as if you don't do anything about this now, within a couple weeks, then your Tower moment will happen. And what that is, if you don't remember what the Tower card looks like, it's a tower with, it's on fire, people are falling out of it. And really it's when it's kind of like shit hits the fan. The universe takes control and says, hey, I've given you enough time. Now I'm going to do it without your permission. And it's like, rah. Yeah, so hold on a second. No wonder my lighting is off. Hold on here. Ow. Oh my goodness. Better. Oh my god, I've been doing a bunch of videos without my ring light on. Goodness. Okay. Oh, what was I saying? Yes, it's like, I feel like this is the step right before the Tower moment. So you're being told right now, you got to be strong. You got to see what this, like, see this relationship or friendship or whatever it is for what it is and do something about it. The Eight of Cups is also coming up, and the Eight of Cups is literally like, you see there's a row of cups on the bottom here and then a row up here, but there's a spot where there's a missing cup. And that's exactly what it means. It's like there's something missing. There's something missing, and it's going to continue to feel that way. And I also feel like with this Eight of Pentacles coming up reversed, it's like no matter how much you work at it, it ain't working. It's like what do they say? How does that saying go? A square peg or a square peg in a round hole or something. That's kind of what it feels like. And you're just not feeling so great. You are going to feel better once you address this. You'll feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulder. Yeah. So having said all that, I also feel like it's really a good time for you. It's almost as if you need to work on your confidence a little bit. This actually came up in the Capricorn reading as well. Work on your confidence. Do stuff for you. And one thing that's coming up is a class. Like if you see any kind of cool class that you want to take, whether it's like just a weekend thing, an online thing for a couple hours, no matter what it is, I feel like you're really being encouraged to try something you normally wouldn't try. That's also going to make you feel a lot better, but that is definitely something coming up for this week. Another thing I want to touch on is we are in Mercury retrograde, so it's never a good time to be signing contracts and stuff like that. But if you do, make sure you're going over it with a fine-tooth comb. This is also a bit of an omen of like, you know, be careful who you're doing business with and be careful what you sign. Contracts and stuff, very important to be taking a look at everything, like I said, with a fine-tooth comb. So Aries, that is your reading for this week. So, yeah, not really Valentine's-y, is it? But I feel really good about it. I think you're going to feel really good about it. I think this will make sense. And if it does, then awesome. I'm glad it resonates. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and throw me a like if you did like it. And, Aries, be good, take care of yourself, stand up for yourself, and I will see you next week. So, bye for now.